Yep, they're going over announcements. Five rounds, 19 players tonight. All right, here we go. And there is the handshake. And Zach starts with a Sobble. Okay, there is a little bit of a glare on the left-hand side, so bear with me. We're going to have to work through this together. That is another Sobble there. We'll get the glare taken care of in the next round here. That is a quick ball, and he's discarding a Galarian Zapdos V. On Lisa's side, we see a Shadow Rider with a Whimsicott V. First time seeing either of those on the stream here. And they're going to go ahead and target down a Arceus with that quick ball. Going first, if they can get an energy attached to the Arceus in this first opening hand, they're in a really solid position to carry forward. And let's see what else. Another quick ball coming down. Discarding an Ultra Ball here. I believe they're eyeballing the Moltres. This is the spicy list that we've all been kind of playing around here, considering taking it to Indy here. But yeah, that is a Galarian Moltres they're going to go ahead and get down. Definitely going to really matter in this matchup. Getting it down turn 1 doesn't really matter either, especially without energy in the discard pile to be able to accelerate with Dire Flame Wings. But I think it's just a pass over to Lisa, and we'll see what she can start off with an air balloon onto the active Calyrex V. And we're going to start off with a Fog Crystal as well. It looks like double Fog Crystal here to save some time. Gonna go ahead and bench another Calyrex and a Cresselia. Interesting choice here. We see the attachment to the Cresselia and the switch thanks to that air balloon on the Cresselia, and because it's their first turn and they're going second, they can attack and accelerate 3 energy from the deck to their Pokemon any way they like. I personally would have preferred to see them attack with Shadow Mist to potentially lock out the Arceus from attacking next turn. But that Whimsicott really is going to matter here in this matchup to lock out that Galarian Moltres. We do see the evolution into the V-Star as well as a process of research. I can't quite tell what those discards are. It looks like an Inteleon with Shady Dealings and a Baby Moltres. And a quick ball discarding a Dark Energy here. That way Moltres' Dire Flame Wings is live. I'm going to go ahead and grab another Sobble and throw that down on the bench. And I definitely expect to see the Dire Flame Wings ability here in the next couple of seconds. Okay, first Sobble's going to evolve into a Drizzile for Shady Dealing, searching for any trainer card here. And double checking what's through the deck. And they're going to go ahead and eyeball that Scoop Up Net. And they're going to go ahead and evolve the active Sobble as well into a Drizzile for another Shady Dealings here. That way they can pick that up and pivot it around however they need to. Okay, and that second Shady Dealings is going to go ahead and grab a Marnie here. They already have played Research, so they just might be future-proofing here. And yeah, there is the Starbirth V-Star ability from that Arceus V-Star. Going to search for any 2 cards they would like from their deck. Most likely, I assume, double Turbo Energy and an Energy Switch. This list does in fact play those, so the Moltres can accelerate with Dire Flame Wings and then get Energy switched over to the Arceus so it can attack and accelerate onto the Moltres here, while still taking a K on the Cresselia. Pretty solid play. Yep, Scoop Up Net on the active. Gives them that pivot into the Arceus V-Star. I'm going to go ahead and rebench the Sobble here. And there is the double Turbo Energy from the hand. Here is the Dire Flame Wings ability onto the Moltres V. And then I would not be shocked if I see the Energy Switch here. No, I see a Cape of Toughness coming down on the Moltres, and then a pass. Oh man, that was kind of a hard trap there. Oh, but Lisa's going to start off with Adventurer's Discovery, searching their deck for any 3 Pokemon V. So you can get VMAX, V-Star, V-Union, whatever combination you want of any of those. And it looks like a Whimsicott V-Star, a Crobat V, and maybe a Calyrex VMAX here. And yeah, we do see the V-Star, the VMAX. And there's going to be a retreat. Oh, no, I'm sorry. She played a switch and is drawing a couple cards here. Looked like a research play here. And Crobat's going to go ahead and fill that hand back up. And we're going to start seeing Shadow Rider Calyrex's ability here to attach cards and draw as well. Then we see a stadium coming down Old Cemetery. Another fog crystal to follow up here. Grabbing another psychic energy. Now Whimsicott V-Star can lock out basics from attacking. So they really do want to just lock that Moltres out so it can't one-shot everything else in play. Looks like they're contemplating another action here. Really thinking about where that extra energy is going to go. Go ahead and put it on the VMAX there, it seems. And there is the retreat thanks to that air balloon into the Whimsicott V-Star, and it's going to go ahead and swing in here. I believe it is 160 damage. Oh, it's only 140. No, yeah, 160. There we go. There we go. And oh no, he's actually manipulating the damage counters thanks to the Old Cemetery. And we see the shady dealings under the drizzle. Yeah, 160 damage. So there should be more damage counters there. I was right. It was 160. So I need to interject really quick. I'll be right back. All right, easy fix. The damage is now correct. And it did look like we did see an evolution incense come off that shady dealings to grab the quick shooting Inteleon. They're going to go ahead and ping the active here. And then Zach's going to go ahead and follow up with a Marnie. And yep, they're going to go ahead and swing in here with the Trinity Nova, dealing 180 damage and accelerating the energy from the deck onto the Galarian Moltres V. Whimsicott does have 250 HP though, so Zach is going to have to potentially gust around and get that Whimsicott locked out. Now I would have preferred to see a regular Whimsicott V swing here to lock out basics, but again, it's only 2 prize cards either way, so we do see a switch into the Shadow Rider Calyrex with the air balloon on it, thanks to the switch item card. And then another attachment onto the Whimsicott from Shadow Rider Calyrex VMAX's ability. Gonna draw 2 cards, and we're gonna see an evolution incense here. Most likely going to grab another Calyrex VMAX. We can potentially see one more energy come down now with an extra ability here. Draw a couple more cards, and they could swing in here with the VMAX that's on the bench, but you got to keep in mind that Moltres is looking pretty hungry here. We're going to follow up with a Juniper. Going to draw fresh 7 cards. Not quite sure what their discards were, but hey, we'll figure that out in time. Another energy attachment, thanks to that Calyrex ability, onto the Whimsicott. Are we going to see a Fluffball Star snipe onto the Moltres? There's the turn attachment here onto the benched Calyrex. Yeah, here comes the Whimsicott. And it's going to use the Fluffball Star. 60 for every energy attached to it to one of your opponent's Pokemon. 300 damage because it's got 5 to knock out that Moltres. Removing the threat from the play, taking the first 2 prize cards of the game here. Lisa is in the lead, but I do feel that we're going to see Zach with a return KO. It looks like a Clara coming off. So yeah, we're going to see that Moltres V get grabbed, as well as the little Moltres V. I'm sorry, the little Moltres, not a V. I don't know. Bleh. I'm a little bit brain dead today, so excuse me. We do see the Moltres V come back to the bench. Most likely it's going to be using Dire Flame Wings here to accelerate. We could also potentially see, yeah, there it is. The little Moltres from Evolving Skies coming down. And it's going to go ahead and use its Malevolent Charge ability and attach 2 from its hand down. And then there's the turn attachment. And of course, You do see that old cemetery. Yeah, you do need to have some extra damage on there. So yeah, it does need to apply. Because you did attach them from your hand. Yeah, it should have 60 damage on it. You attached 3 energy to it. There we go, and they got that taken care of. Nice. And yeah, we're going to go ahead and see that Trinity Nova take the KO on that Whimsicott V-Star. And we'll see if they can accelerate any more energy from the deck. Looks like a water onto that Moltres V, and that's it. They might be tapped out of energy in the deck that might matter in this matchup here. Yeah, they do take 2 prize cards, and we'll see what Lisa can do here to equal out this game. But it's a tied match on both sides, both the 4 prizes remaining. We do see a Whimsicott V come down to the bench. And we're going to see those Calyrexes attach to it here. Draw a couple cards. Another Fog Crystal, most likely going to grab another energy here. And Whimsicott V will most likely be locking out basic Pokemon. Yeah, there's another attachment, a couple more draws here. Yeah, Fluff gets in the way. 20 damage. Oh no, looks like they're going to go ahead and take the KO with the Shadow Rider here. It only does 20 damage, so yeah, they couldn't quite get there. They could Cotton Guard, but again, Cotton Guard's not going to help them get through. Alright, Lucide Luminion come down, searching up that boss's orders from the deck. They're going to go ahead and play it on to the little Moltres here from Evolving Skies. And yeah, Max Geist is going to take that KO, going down to 3 prizes remaining. And we'll see what Zach does here to equal out this game. Yep, they're going to go ahead and evolve Inteleon here. Shady Dealings is going to let them search for 2 trainer cards. Looks like a Training Court. As well as a Raihan. That's going to let that Galarian Moltres V swing in this turn here. Definitely going to see that Raihan play. As well as the Training Court. They're going to bump that old cemetery out of here. There's the Raihan. Going to grab the Dark Energy, most likely to attach to it. And then search their deck for any other card they want as well. And there's the Dire Flame Wings. Getting all their orders a little misinteracted here, but we're going to see that search. Most likely it's going to be a Choice Belt to do additional damage here to Lisa's Pokemon V and VMAX and V-Star. Yep, a hard retreat coming off that Arceus V-Star. And here comes the Moltres. Just gonna body this Calyrex. Yep, there it is. There's the KO. Going down to 1 prize remaining here in this game. Can Lisa get out of this? It's not looking very well here. Here comes the Whimsicott V. Preventing that Zach doesn't have any switch cards in hand or no way to search for them. Maybe we can see a couple slow pokes here with that Whimsicott V. At least he's going to play an Ultra Ball, discarding an Ultra Ball as well as an Adventurer's Discovery. Taking a peek at what's left in the deck here. And there is the V-Star once again. And there is the evolution. See the turn attachment. And there comes the Training Court. Going to grab a Psychic Energy from their discard pile, put it back in their hand. And most likely we're going to see the Calyrex ability pop off here. Going to draw 2 cards attaching to the Calyrex. And they're going to go ahead and rebump that Training Court out of here with a fresh old cemetery. Fresh old. Yeah, that totally works. Yep, just going to swing for 160. Moltres does have 190 damage on it. If it attacks, it does 30 damage to itself. It will knock itself out, but prize trade will just still be here in Zach's favor. But they got the boss's orders. It doesn't matter. And then Lisa's going to go ahead and scoop it up. Yeah, just to confirm. There we go. Yep, they've got it. They've got it. They've got it. And there's the handshake. And Zach takes the dub. going 1-0. First round out of 5. All right, and we're off with round number 2. Here we go. We see a Arceus on Mike's side as well as a Sobble on Josh's side. And looks like Josh is playing first, contemplating their hands here. We're going to see them start out with a level ball for that search. Eyeballing another Sobble here. And double checking their deck. Looks like another Arceus sort of deck. I see water, I see fighting. So maybe this is Urshi or they've got that Zapdos attack and they might actually attack with Inteleon. So this could just be just like Arceus Inteleon with Zapdos. All right, another level ball grabbing another Sobble here. So yeah, this should just be Arceus Inteleon is my guess from here out. And they're going to go ahead and slap down a Path to the Peak. An interesting choice. And then a pass? Okay. And we'll see what Mike starts off with here. Yeah, there is the Energy Search. I believe Mike should be playing Arceus Gengar. Or it's more of a Moltres sort of combination. But I think I heard the words Gengar earlier. Alright, yep, and then they're going ahead and take that Dark Energy, and then I assume they're going to attempt to go back in. Yep, there is a Quick Ball discarding the Dark Energy, and maybe we'll get an idea of what exactly they're playing 100% here. And we do see a Sobble, everyone's favorite. A real thick, thorough shuffle here, so it must not be going back into the deck. I see the attachment onto the Arceus, and then is that a pass? That's a pass from Mike over to Josh. Very slow turn 1 from both of them for the most part. Josh is going to start off with that Shady Dealings Drizzile here to search for a trainer card. Again, maybe we'll get a better idea of what they've got in their deck here. And they're going to eyeball that Quick Ball. So we could potentially see what their main attacker of sorts is here. Yep, discarding an Evolution Incense with a Quick Ball. Yeah, and there is an Arceus here. Turn too late in my opinion on this setup, but it is what it is sometimes. Alright, Evolution Incense as well. Most likely going to grab another Drizzile here to continually set this side of the board up here. And there's another Shady Dealings going on. And there is a Marnie, so they could just reset their hand here. Again, not really much telling information from either side from what we've seen. There are so many Arceus variants that play the Sobble line here, so... But yeah, there is the Marnie coming down. They're both going to randomize their hands, shove them on the bottom. Josh gets 5, Mike gets 4. Okay, there's a double turbo onto the Arceus V on Josh's side. They have anything else they can follow up with here? It looks like a pass over to Mike. Mike's going to go ahead and start off with the draw here. What did they get from that Marnie? Okay, there is a Choice Belt coming down to the Arceus. And a level ball here. Most likely get Drizzile, of course, Shady Dealings for whatever they need to really continue their setup. Potentially attacking this turn as well. They can find a way to bump out that Path to the Peak. Get that Arceus V-Star down and Starbirth. We could see some action happening here, but they're just going to go ahead and grab a Sobble and get it down on the bench. And there is the Research, discarding a Galarian Moltres and a Boss's Orders. Of course, going to draw a new 7 cards here to see if they can find their way through this play here. Double checking slowly that they've got 7 cards there so they don't, accidentally get a penalty here. Okay, there is the Arceus V-Star. Again, we are under Path to the Peak, though. There is the double turbo energy. At least we can guarantee that we're going to move to a KO this turn on Mike's side. Another Sobble coming down. Does it have anything to snap onto the bench to accelerate to here with Trinity Nova? There is the Drizzile, Shady Dealings Sorch, of course. Can't quite tell if they made a selection here or not. They must have taken a quick ball. They're discarding the training cord here. Interesting play. Do they have another stadium, or are they just locking their opponent out here with Path to the Peak? But we do see the Zapdos coming down and the Cape of Toughness being attached to it. There is the first KO onto that Sobble on Josh's side. Mike's going to probably just accelerate 1 or 2 energy here onto the Zapdos V. Yep, 3 energy coming down, 1 fighting, 2 dark onto the Zapdos. That way, even if Josh decides not to put any more Pokemon V down, Mike does have this Zapdos just to body the Arceus. Josh does start off by promoting the Arceus here in between turns. Of course, they drew, and then we'll see where they go from here. Another Sobble hitting the bench. Got 4 cards in hand to play with. And we do see another Quick Ball discarding here. And there's the next Arceus V. Again, it doesn't matter at this point. Zapdos has the energy. It doesn't matter if they put down more. With that cape on that Zapdos, though, if Joshua doesn't play any Tool Scrap or some sort of tool removal in general, it's going to have to be 2-shot here. And there is a research. Discarding another Path. Of course, double checking that they get 7 cards from this, no more, no less. There is a big Charm onto that Zapdos, which doesn't really matter here with the Zapdos in play. So Arceus with that big Charm, it just doesn't matter. It looks like they don't have the V-Star. They don't have a way to bump that stadium out to be able to use their Starbirth. They might be in danger here. I could see them just Trinity Charge, thanks to the double turbo energy onto the other Arceus V. But again, it's just like a sitting duck at this point. Fighting energy onto the Arceus V. I see a... Is that a Crobat? There's a Drizzile, which they just put that Sobble down. I see a Melanie, which they've already played a supporter. There's an Energy Search. I can't quite tell what that other last back card is in there. But yeah, they're just going to go ahead and Trinity Charge for no damage. And accelerate energy onto the Arceus V. I mean, it's just... I think it's this game is already over with chat. 1 water, 1 fighting coming down. An unfortunate turn 1 just setting up Josh to lose the game here. Mike's definitely going to go ahead and take advantage of the situation. I can definitely see the retreat happening here. And the Zapdos just plowing through both of these Arceuses, leaving a Sobble left for game. Like, there we go with the level ball. Of course, I'm going to go ahead and most likely grab another Shady Dealings Drizzile. Unlocking any trainer card from their deck. And an Evolution Incense here. Most likely maybe another one, or there it is, the Inteleon to search for 2. What 2 trainers are they going to get here? I could see them leaving that Path just in play the entire time and just preventing Josh from ever using Starbirth. Mike clearly doesn't need it with his board set up. There is an Energy Search as well as... And there it is, a Scoop Up Net. And there is the Energy Search just being played. Most likely going to grab a water attached to the Inteleon. So, you know, if worst case scenario here happens, that they've got an attacker set up and established to plow through. Oh no, the water energy's coming down to the Zapdos. Interesting choice. I do know they need it to attack through the Path, but it makes sense. Yeah, it looks like Mike's strategy here is really just going to be to leave that Path of the Peak in play and let this fully loaded 4 energy Zapdos with the Cape of Toughness just swing through and take the KO thanks to the weakness. Yeah, just leaving that Path there is absolutely insane. Alright, and we do see the Arceus evolution to the V-Star on Josh's side, as well as a Shady Dealings Drizzile. But again, that Path is going to sit there unless they go ahead and grab a Stadium. But no, they're going to go ahead and grab a Level Ball. Grabbing the Dunsparce. A little too late on that one, to be honest with you. I think this game is just locked up and wrapped up at this point. Zapdos still has to get 2-shot here. We see a Raihan coming down as well, though, from Josh. Where's the energy going to go? I'm not 100% sure. We do see the fighting energy get attached to the active. So it doesn't have a double turbo. It has 3 regular energy on here. And I would be kind of mind blown if just Raihan just straight up grabs a Tool Scrapper here. Most people aren't playing it. I feel like it's a really good tech card that people should consider playing. But he goes in and he grabs a Raihan. I'm sorry, grabs an Inteleon from the Raihan. Just grab any 2 additional. So turning that 1 search into 2 feels pretty good. I would love to see a Tool Scrapper from this search here. But what does Josh do? We'll find out. Looks like a Ultra Ball and a Choice Belt. Nothing that's gonna really do too much here. Dropping a couple cards though. Trying to avoid any penalties here. Will that Ultra Ball get played to another attacker here? There is the Belt onto the active Arceus, which is not inhibited by Double Turbo Energy, so it is going to swing for 230 here. But again, that cape really doesn't matter. And then there is an Ultra Ball discarding, it looks like, a Energy Search as well as a Melanie. Going to grab that quick shooting Inteleon. Oh! There's the math. Okay. What a swing turn here. There's the quick shooting. It's going to go ahead and ping that Zapdos. Oh, no. And then, yeah, Trinity Nova's going to hit for 230 and knock the Zapdos out. What a turn of events. I thought he was down and out, but woo. This could potentially still be anybody's game. We'll see how Mike reacts. Contemplating on who to promote here. It is the Arceus V-Star here. Again, both players still have their Starbursts, but that Path of the Peak has been sitting there since turn 1. Mike has even thrown away a Stadium. So we'll see what happens here. This is absolutely insane. It looks like the quick shooting is going to go on to the Dunsparce here. And there is the Scoop Up Net on that quick shooting Inteleon, picking it back up. Rebenching the Sabo from underneath. And here is the Drizzile onto the other Sobble. Shady Dealings, of course, going to search for a Raihan here. And the Raihan's going to pop off, attaching energy onto the Arceus V-Star, searching their deck for any card they want. Could this potentially be something to bump that Path to the Peak with here? To use Starbirth to follow up with an additional play? Or are we going to see some sort of spicy tech come out of this here? Raihan can get any card they want, so we might not necessarily even see it this turn. Carefully making a selection here. Double checking their hand, it seems. And there is the shuffle, so they've definitely made their selection by now. Again, we won't know what it is unless they just straight up play some sort of insane card here this turn. It could be perpetuating for their next turn. And there is the attachment onto the Arceus here. Are we going to see a Trinity Nova for 230 here? Yeah, and there is a Trinity Nova, 230 damage. Again, not inhibited by Double Turbo Energy. Just has basic energy here. And there is the Research discarding. It looks like a powerful Colorless Energy. Another Arceus V-Star, and I can't quite tell what that last card was that was discarded. Honestly, you know what? I feel like I could have seen that powerful Colorless Energy get attached. That would have been 250. They could have pinged with a quick shooter, played a Scoop Up Net, evolved the Drizzile into the quick shooter, pinged again, and then that would have been 290, which would have taken the KO on Mike's Arceus V-Star. That would have been a really good swing turn here, leaving Mike without an established attacker. But does Josh have those answers? I don't think so. I think that might actually be a Scoop Up Net in their hand. They might just not see that line of play. Definitely some crazy foresight there. Would have been an insane move, but they did attach a Double Turbo onto the fresh Arceus V they benched. And yeah, they're just going to go ahead and swing in. Most likely here. That's definitely the quick shooting ability onto the active V. And yeah, Trinity Nova coming in for 230 here. And no acceleration from the deck either. Oh. So Mike only needs 3 prize cards to win here. There's definitely close to lethal on that Arceus V-Star on Josh's side. Is there a way to snag that extra prize card this turn? There is the quick shooting Inteleon coming down onto the Drizzile. They're going to go ahead and ping that Dunsparce. That Dunsparce is sitting there, looking pretty dangerous. Close to a knockout. There is another Drizzile coming down as well. We do know that he had that in his hand from the previous turn. Boss's orders onto the other Arceus V. And it's looking like we're in a checkmate position here. Mike will be able to take the KO on that active with Arceus V-Star, as well as next turn just follow up with the quick shooting pings onto the Dunsparce to knock it out and take that last prize card. This could potentially be it. There is an air balloon coming down to the Shady Dealings Inteleon here. And yeah, there is the KO. Going down to one prize card left. Let's see what Josh can do to react. They do promote the Arceus. They're going to have to get that Dunsparce out of here. I think they have the scoop up net. Yeah, there's the scoop up net. Scooping up the quick shooter. Putting it down. Pinging again. Taking 2 prizes. Oh, they just followed up and they lock up the game here. Coming on the comeback. Yeah, that's... I mean... Can we even see... Can we see it here? Like, this is insane. Turn of events with a scoop up net, man, would really just save the day here. But there's a Marnie potentially digging. I mean, I don't know if any of these have been the right plays. I think I need some caffeine, chat. And there is the KO. They're both down to 1 prize. Let's see what Mike can do here to wrap this game up potentially. And there is the incense. Is there even anything left to grab? Another quick shooter to ping, and there it is. There's the handshake. Mike takes the win here. Absolutely insane. All right, round 3, and we're off. There's a shake into a bump. And Zach is back on the stream once again tonight. Starting off with a Sobble, drawing for turn, and Leland is his fresh appearance tonight. But of course, Leland is always on the stream almost every week. And they've got an Arceus. I believe they're playing Arceus and Inteleon, and we've seen Zach earlier with Arceus and Inteleon with some birds. So that Zapdos may come down to be pretty important on Zach's side here. But we do see a level ball grabbing a Sobble. Looks like they're going to go back into the deck potentially here. And quick ball discarding a quick ball. And we do see a Arceus as well. All right, and there is the attachment as well onto the Arceus. Looks like they're going to go ahead and pass it over to Leland here. And Leland's going to go ahead and start off with a quick ball, discarding the path to the peak here. Most likely going to start setting up some Sobbles or potentially grabbing an alternative attacker. And grabbing another Arceus here. What kind of follow-up are we going to have? There is a path to the peak here, as well as a research, discarding 2 Arceus V-Stars and a Melanie. Oh, what a harsh discard. All right, and let's see what kind of action they get here from that research. All right, and there is a Sobble hitting the bench. A Trinity Charge would be pretty good here if they had the DTE. But if they completely whiff, there it is. There is the DTE, and we are going to see the Trinity Charge. Really double checking through the deck here. I wonder where the energy is going to land and what kind of energy is going to land where. We do see 3 water energy coming down to the Arceus V, and that is Leland's turn. And we'll see how Zach follows up here. Okay, and there is a Evolution Incense into the Drizzile. Going ahead, Shady Dealings here for any sort of trainer card. Most likely going to attempt to bump the Stadium if they already have that V-Star in play, especially seeing that Leland discarded 2 with that research. This could be a big swing turn here. Oh, they're just going to eyeball a Marnie down, though. Okay, and there is the Etern attachment, as well as the Marnie now. And Disruption on both sides. Zach is, of course, going to have 5, and Leland will have 4 cards to start their turn with. After they draw, they'll have 5, of course. And there is another Shady Dealings Drizzile here on Zach's side onto the active. Eyeballing down a Scoop Up Net, maybe to get that pivot going on here. Does Zach potentially have the V-Star, a Stadium to bump that path out? Choice Belt would be really good too. We've had a lot of Arceus Mirrors tonight. I know in the past we've had a lot of Mew Mirrors, but I honestly I would love to see some Mew tonight. Not gonna lie. All right, there we go. There is the Scoop Up Net, rebenching the Sawball, and there is the V-Star as well. Of course, you can't Starbirth with the path in play. And just to go ahead and Trinity Nova here for 180 damage. Just shuffling the deck up. Nowhere to attach energy onto itself and decides not to do so. Path sticking is actually going to turn out to be pretty good here for Leland. We do see them start off by benching another Sobble. What kind of follow-up are they going to have? There is a Ultra Ball being played, discarding a Scoop Up Net, and it looks like an Avery or a Clara. I can't quite tell. And they're going to go ahead and burn that Evolution Incense as well. Getting that, and a Shady Dealings Drizzile here, going to net another trainer card. And there is the Sharon's Care. Sharon's Care being played, picking up that damage Arceus V, promoting the V-Star, rebenching it, attaching the double turbo energy, and then it looks like the Trinity Nova coming through here. Just going to accelerate energy back onto that benched Arceus V. Sharon's Care really coming through and keeping this game tied up. Zach's going to have a really good turn to turn this around here. And of course, he does hit for the full 200. There is no double turbo holding him back. All right, Zach starts off with a Shady Dealings. And grabbing a Quick Ball here. Discarding another Shady Dealings Drizzile. I definitely feel like they're going to have to grab another attacker here. And there is another Arceus V. So while that active V-Star may go down next turn, they will be able to accelerate onto the benched Arceus V to at least have a follow-up here. And there is the Research, discarding the Clara as well as another Research. And there is a turn attachment, Fighting Energy, getting that down. And then, yeah, is this the Trinity Charge here? Yep. 180 damage, being held back by that double turbo, of course. Attaching a Dark and a Water from the deck. The benched Arceus V. And then Leland is off to the races here. Alright, really thinking about their actions here. They are just going to go ahead and take the KO. Taking the first 2 prizes of the game. We're a handful of turns deep. And Leland takes the first 2 prize knockout of the match. Zach's going to start off with that Evolution Incense, most likely going to grab the V-Star here. Again, they're both just chilling behind Path to the Peak. Contemplating to grab something else here. And there is the Ultra Ball, discarding a Marnie as well as the Galarian Moltres V. And there is the Inteleon with the Shady Dealings. Searching for 2 cards. Grabbing a Clara and the VMAX here. I'm sorry, VMAX. Wow, the V-Star. Having a moment. Alright, and here is the Clara. What will they get? Looks like an Arceus V, V-Star, Dark Energy. That's it? There's not another energy in there to target. But my assumption is that Arceus V is going to hit the bench here. There is the turn attachment onto it as well. And then Trinity Nova for the KO onto Leland's V-Star. Going to tie the game up 4-4. And most likely we're going to see the energy get accelerated from Zach's deck onto the Arceus V on the bench. And of course, there it is. There's only 1 dark energy coming down though. Alright, and Leland will go ahead and promote out an Arceus V from their bench here. And there is a Drizzile as well to search for anything. Potentially could be looking for an Evolution Incense to find the V-Star if they have another one. We do know that there's 3 in the discard pile now. Oh, but they do have the Ordinary Rod. Gonna go ahead and shuffle that back into the deck. As well as 2 Water Energy. 2 V-Stars, 2 Water Energy going back into the deck here. Neglecting to get the Water Energy, it looks like, actually. Just going to opt into the V-Stars to get shuffled into the deck. There's another Sobble coming down as well. And we do see a Marnie. Looks like Leland just has 1 left going to the bottom. And Zach does have those prize cards he just picked up from that last attack. So it's going to go ahead and disrupt his hand. That was too many cards there. Okay, and there is a Capture Energy onto that Drizzile here. Grabbing another Arceus V from the deck. Slapping it down to Leland's bench. And there's a Big Charm as well. Did he not find a V-Star? I know they just went back into the deck, but no way to search one out. Yeah, it looks like he's just going to swing in for 100 damage here. I'm sorry, 110? And Zach starts off. And there is the search. Alright, they are going to grab that Dark Energy from the deck with that Energy Search. Could see it potentially being attached to the V in the back here. Again, neither player has used a Starbirth this game. Being locked behind that path. Zach is going to go ahead and bench another Sobble. Alright, and there is the Trinity Nova hitting in for 200 onto the V. And neglecting to accelerate any energy here. Okay, what can Leland do here? There is the Evolution Incense into the Inteleon. And there is the Pal Pad as well. Putting that Sharon's Care back in, that was a really good swing turn before. As well as a Melanie, it seems. Gonna go ahead and riffle those into the deck. Okay, and then now the Shady Dealing's coming down. I most likely am going to see that that Sharon's Care get grabbed here. To get that damaged Arceus up and out of the active. Really just denying knockouts. Double checking the discard, really thinking about it here. Leland's really taking his time here on this interaction. Alright, there's the selections potentially. I'm not quite sure. They do need to be revealed here. We are entering slow play territory here. Okay, yeah, we're in the bone zone here. If we had extra volunteers, I would definitely say I would love to have a table judge up there at all times. There's the selections, a Big Charm and a Marnie. And there's a water attachment onto the Drizzile, and then here is the Marnie follow-up. Okay, what's going to happen here? And nothing has been played from that Marnie yet, so... looks like a hard retreat. Promoting the Drizzile, moving that Arceus back. Okay. Zach's going to start off with a level ball, grabbing a Shady Dealings Drizzile here. Are we going to see a boss, though, or are we going to see a Scoop Up Net? And there's the Scoop Up Net onto the Inteleon. Most likely going to rebench that Sobble. Yep, of course. Putting the Inteleon down onto the other Drizzile. And there's a Raihan. Interesting choice, maybe just foreshadowing here. And then there is a boss as well. Again, interesting how they couldn't have just grabbed the boss and had decided to burn the scoop up net that way. But here is the boss, bringing that back up to the active. And yeah, there is the Trinity Nova taking the KO. Zach is going down to 2 prize cards left. Okay, hang tight. Okay, and Leland's got a boss. Okay, and there's the Drizzle coming up. And then... no, the Sobble attaching here. And I'm not quite sure what's happening here, but yep, did he just pass it over? There is the Drizzle. Grabbing the air balloon just to retreat. Okay. And here comes the Arceus V-Star. And it looks like, yep, there is the Trinity Nova for 200 damage onto Leland's Arceus V. There's an attachment here. And a scoop up net, picking that back up. Slapping another Sobble back down from the scoop up net, getting that Inteleon here. Not quite sure what they can get other than the Sharon's Care here to slowly prevent another knockout. I'm gonna try and get the attention of Brock here. So chat, go ahead and commentate this one. This one's scuffed. Yeah, to clarify, there I let him know. There's because it's ex post fact that we can't do anything. So, and there is an attack here, knocking out that Inteleon. William promotes, and there is the double turbo and the Melanie here, attaching the water from the discard, drawing 3, slapping down that Sobble that he just drew here. I'm gonna get the price counter updated here. Turn attaching. No, nope. Yep, you attached it up turbo. Okay, they caught that. They caught that. There we go. Alright, and the quick ball, discarding a water. Grabbing the Dunsparce. Interesting. Putting it down. And there is the return KO here. Can they get this back? Leland goes down to 2 prize cards remaining. There's the switch. And looks like there's the boss, and there's the handshake, and Zach takes the dub. So yeah, welcome to round 4. And there is the handshake, and we're off. We see Tony start with a Cherubi, as well as Dom start with that Remoraid. Looks like they are going first. We see a Fog Crystal, of course, going to double check the deck. Most likely going to grab an Inkay and get that set up. And there is the Inkay. Okay, they do have a Manaphy in there. I see some Scoop Up Nets, Cynthia's Ambition. It looks like Spiral Energy. Nothing else much going on. They did pass it over to Tony. It looks like Tony's eyeballing down a Ultra Ball. Definitely contemplating some choices here. And I think they're about to make their selection here. Yep, and there is the Ultra Ball from Tony. They are neglecting to choose to discard. It looks like, is that a Decidueye? Nope, that is a Cherim as well as a Torterra. So yes, this is a Torterra single prize deck versus single prize Rapid Strike Malamar. So we're gonna see a full swing here between both players. They gotta take 6 prizes. Who can endure? Okay, and there is the selection from the Ultra Ball. We're gonna see that Turtwig come down. Pulls another Ultra Ball, discarding another Torterra and a Grass Energy. And there is the Bidoof. Okay, and Dom starts off. Let's see what they can do here. There is a Manaphy coming down, probably just to thin out their hand. It looks like they don't have much else to work with. We're going to see that Spiral Energy be attached to the Inkay. And there is the Scoop Up Net, picking up the Remoraid, putting it back down, promoting the Inkay. And there is the Cynthia's Ambition. Are they literally just going to draw 2 cards here? Can they find an Evolution Incense to get that first KO of the game? And no, that is a pass. All right, and Tony's going to start off here with the draw. Oh no, they're actually just going to attack for 20 there with NK. I'm really sorry. 20 damage might actually matter. Who knows? We do see another Turtwig hit the bench, as well as Tony following up with that Evolution Incense. Most likely going to grab a Bibarel here. They can start using Industrious Incisors to start drawing cards. And yep, there it is. They're going to draw 5 cards here. What can they find? Okay. Okay, there is a level ball for some follow-up. And we can see potentially what they're going to start doing here. Alright, they're going to take a Cherim. And there is the evolution onto the active Cherubi. They can start accelerating grass energy onto their Turtwigs here. Benching another Turtwig, so there's 3 Turtwigs in play. Then Cynthia's Ambition, gonna draw 4 cards here. I think they're just stuck. Those early Torterra discards could come back to hurt Tony until he can find, say, something to put him back into the deck. Or grab them like with maybe a Clara. Alright, and another grass energy as well. I think I see a 3rd one getting ready to be played here. Again, Cherim will let them play as many grass energies they would like from their hand onto their Pokemon. And yep, there is 2 onto that Turtwig there. And another Turtwig down. The gang's all here. But with no follow-up, Tony just passes it over to Dom. It looks like we're having the old-fashioned brick off. We're going to see the scoop up net picking up the Manaphy, putting it back down, and then Karina's focus just to get 2 cards. We do see another Inkay come onto the bench, as well as a Fog Crystal here. Grabbing another Inkay. And yet another 20 damage attack from the Inkay. Yeah, we are in an old-fashioned brick-off, ladies and gentlemen. And Tony is going to play a level ball. And it looks like a fail here. Or they're just neglecting to take anything, so they can potentially draw here with Bidoof. Yep, Bibarel is going to draw him a couple cards. And I think I saw a capture as Cynthia's Ambition and another rare candy. So they've got 2 rare candy in their hand. There is a capture energy onto that Turtwig. You can't even search your deck. Put that down. Put it down. You have 5 bench Pokemon. What are you doing? That's a capture energy. That's a capture energy. You can't. Yeah, put that back. Don't make me go up there and yell. Alright, I gotta yell. Alright, I issued a warning. Alright, and then there's Cynthia. Just drawing 2 cards. Is there even anything they can do here? And another pass. Alright, we're still hearing this brick off. What can Dom even do here? Did they just attack and pass? That was the turn. They just attacked and passed. Man, this is a brick. We do see the rare candy under the Turtwig, dropping another Torterra. But can that Cherim even get out of the active? And yet there's a Bruno just gonna shuffle draw 4. Alright, we got Grotle. So we can finally start using its ability to search for grass Pokemon. And another Grotle here. So yeah, here come the searches. Some proper deck thinning potentially. Alright, Incisors. Drawn 3. that Cherum's just still stuck there. What a game. And a pass from Tony. Alright, let's see what Dom can do. He's got a lot of cards in hand, but yet still no way to get Inkay or Malamar here. And yeah, they're just going to go ahead and attack and take the KO for the first prize of the game. I can't even, man. I can't even. This is ridiculous. But Tony does promote that Torterra. We're going to start seeing some KOs happen here. There's an air balloon finally coming down onto the Bibarel. Torterra's damage scales depending on the number of evolution Pokemon in play on their side of the field, and yet there is another Torterra onto the Grotle that has energy attached to it. We do see Tony double checking their discard pile here. Still contemplating some choices here. We do see a Marnie. This actually might be what Dom needs to really get started here, is those new 4 cards. There's yeah, looks like he just got a Malamar, a Cynthia, an Inkay, and an Octillery out of that. So this could potentially let them start coming back. I mean, even though they are ahead, it feels like they're behind because of the board setup here. And there is another Cherubi coming out, thanks to the Grotle's ability here. And it will be benched. And yep, Torterra does take that swing, knocking out that Inkay. But Dom's got the Malamar, the Octillery, the Fog Crystal, grabbing another Inkay down. I also believe they do have that Cynthia's Ambition in hand to drop to 8. And yeah, there it is. Cynthia's Ambition. Gonna draw a handful of cards here. I do see a Battle VIP pass in their hand, but it is a dead card at this point. But they are gonna go ahead and bench a Mincino. It can evolve into Cincino and start discarding cards with Make Do and drawing cards as well. So that's a way to get rid of it. Can Dom get there, though? Torterra does have 190 hit points. There is the Rapid Strike Spiral Energy, as well as Octillery's Rapid Strike Search. Just to grab any Rapid Strike card from the deck. Eyeballing yet another Spiral Energy here. Alright, can we see the amount of cards needed? Just gotta be 5 to hit 200 here. Only 3, not even taking the KO. And I do need to get the prize counter correct here. Thanks for keeping me on my toes. Lacking the Rapid Strike cards, but yeah. Alright, Tony's off. Is he eyeballing in an ordinary rod here? I do believe so. Yep, and looks like we're gonna see 2 Torterra as well as a Grass Energy go back into the deck, but I'm going to assume that we're gonna start seeing the Grotle ability here just to grab whatever they need. Yep, and there is the ability. They're gonna go ahead and grab that Torterra. Okay, will we see it evolve? Yeah. Oh, yeah, there it is. There is the evolution. Okay, and there is an attachment for turn as well. But Tony does have 3 fully loaded attackers. And Industrious Incisor is going to draw them back up to 5 cards in hand. And there is the KO. Tony does go down to 4 prizes left. But it looks like Dom's in a world of trouble here. What are they doing? Okay, he thought he was playing Cynthia, but no, he's playing Bruno. Yikes. Alright, they're both not in this one mentally here. I think we are cursed tonight, the night of this scuffed tournament. There is a rescue carrier here. Gonna grab back an Inkay, as well as another Inkay. We do see one coming out of the bench, one go to the hand. And then there is the Make Do discarding the Battle Pass to draw 2. We need to get these guys some ability used markers here. Level Ball as well. Grabbing another Remoraid from the deck. Evolution Incense as well, continuing to go back in. Benching a Mincino here. And then there is the Rapid Strike Search. Getting that Spiral Energy from the deck. Most likely going to attach it onto the Malamar here, since it does not have an energy. And can Dom get there this turn to tie this game up? And there it is. 2 for 80 to get the KO. Tying it up for now. We'll see what Tony does here, though. It does look like he is going to be able to take a KO this turn. Tony does start with the Bibarel in the active here. Double checking their discard pile once again, though. Could we potentially see another Ordinary Rod here? Yep. Go ahead and evolve that Turtwig into the Grotle here. That ability is now live to search for any grass Pokemon from the deck. And there is the Ordinary Rod. I'm gonna go ahead and shuffle in. It looks like the Cherrim, the Torterra, and the Grass Energy. And then he's just gonna go ahead and use that ability from the Grotle to go ahead and grab that Cherrim out of the deck. Okay, and an attachment for turn onto the Grotle as well here. Just a few cards left, it looks like. I mean, not really much to think about here. Conserve your resources. Your deck's pretty small at this point. Just retreat and start swinging. There is another Evolution Incense. I mean, Dom has multiple ways to get Inkay back into play every turn. Tony's played 2 Ordinary Rods and just put back Evolution Pokemon. Could he potentially run out of attackers? There's a Level Ball, just a shuffle. And there is Industrious Incisors going to draw 3 cards and put him back up to 5. Another attachment here, thanks to Cherrim's ability. And then a Turffield Stadium as well. And then a Bruno. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle, draw 7, because Dom did take a KO in the last turn. Well, that was a rescue carrier I did see there. So there is a way to get those Turtwigs back into play. I feel like at this point I would be more conservative. That way when you know that the next Torterra goes down, you can at least guarantee that you're going to be able to get 2 of those back. Again, I don't know the counts of their decks. I don't have access to the deck list during these weekly tournaments. But we do see the retreat from the Bibarel here thanks to the Air Balloon promoting the Torterra. They're going to swing in and knock out that Malamar. On Dom's side, Dom promotes the Inkay, evolving the Malamar, evolving the Mincino into Cincino here. See what happens. Yep, there is a Level Ball grabbing that Inkay out of the deck. Gonna go ahead and throw that down to the bench. And then we see Cynthia's Ambition. Gonna go ahead and draw up to 8 cards thanks to that knockout. I do see more Battle Passes, so it looks like those are free discards here for the Cincinos. Yep, first Make Do. Discarding that Battle Pass, drawing 2. And here comes the second one, and I assume we're going to see another Battle Pass at the bin. Another 2 cards into hand. I did see a Psychic Energy get ripped off the top, so there's an attachment for the Malamar. Alright, looks like they're going to go ahead and double check their discard pile here. And here comes the Rapid Strike Search. I'm not quite sure what they're going to grab, but most likely just another Rapid Strike named, labeled card to get the KO, potentially on this Torterra. And yeah, there is a Remoraid gonna go into the hand here. And does Dom have it? And Scoop Up Net picking up the Octillery, putting back down the Remoraid. Maybe not. There is a Rescue Carrier just grabbing back that lone Inkay out of there. And then, yeah, that's a lot of cards in hand just to still have to struggle to only shuffle 5 back in. But we do see the Remoraid confirmed to hit the bench. And yeah, there is 5 going in to take the KO on the Torterra to tie the game back up. 3 prizes on both sides. We'll see how Tony reacts. It does look like they're going to go ahead and promote that Bibarel here. It does have that air balloon, so they can retreat for free. Tony's asking Dom how many cards they have in their hand. It looks like they have a whole load there. So we could potentially see a Marnie play from Tony this turn. Okay, and a shuffle in here. The Turf Field is going to go ahead and grab that Torterra out of the deck. And we do see it evolve onto the Grotle. I feel like keeping a Grotle around at this point in time, though, is not actually the worst play. Especially that, you know, you gotta have to keep your attackers streamed here. Alright, I do think that's a boss that Tony is eyeballing to play here, but I'm not quite sure what the appropriate target would be. I personally would gun down the Remoraid, and looks like that is the choice that they're making here. Go ahead and switch out into that Torterra, and of course, I'm just gonna go ahead and smash on through that Remoraid. 2 prizes left for Tony to take the dub here. Dom does just re-promote the Malamar. Gonna go ahead and follow up the level ball here. Potentially gonna look for another Remoraid to put back down, is my assumption. If they can. And yep, there is the Remoraid. And time in the round has been called. So Dom is turn 0 here. So we have 3 additional turns to figure out what happens here. Each players get 2 turns. Dom does play Evolution Incense. And there is the Artillery coming into the hand from the deck. Alright, and there is the Make Do number 1, discarding a Cincino here to draw 2. I know it looks like Dom has a lot of cards in their hands, so we're not going to see them play like a Bruno or a Cynthia this turn. There is a Fog Crystal as well, grabbing another Inkay. They definitely have the cards here, and now that we're in timed, now that time's over and we're in turns, I mean they can really both slow it down and think about what's going on. But I mean, potentially, you know, it does look like Tony's got this one in the bag, only needing to take 2 prizes. He's got potentially 2 Pokemon here, but we do see Dom take the KO, tying it up once again. And Tony is going to go ahead and again promote that Bibarel. All right, and we're thinking here. And there is the level ball. Tony's deck doesn't look very thick at this point. I see not a lot of energy left in there. So if they don't have any more ways to recover any energy or establish, you know, another attacker, we do see a capture onto the Turtwig. No search, and then yep, there is the acceleration from the Cherrim. This match just could end up in a tie here. Another Bidoof hitting the bench. All right, and there is a Marnie from Tony here. Really does shrink down Dom's hand, but again, the Make Do will let them do things here. They're gonna have to find a way to get another Malamar swinging here. But Tony does use the Turffield Stadium, grabbing a Torterra from the deck, shuffling what's left of it. Not too much going on in there now. And that is a rare candy, evolving to another Torterra. So yeah, they definitely have the attackers here to plow through. And yeah, Torterra is going to swing here, taking the KO on the Malamar. Tony does go down to 1 prize. Now we are in turn number 2 here. This is Dom's last turn, with no way to take 2 prize cards. It's just really looking like it's over. And Tony gets 1 more turn, and all they have to do is just attack through and get 1 knockout. So if Dom can find a way to potentially stall this out, that's a possibility. If he could potentially find a boss and get that Bidoof or the Cherrim stuck in the active and Tony have no way to move it around, that could be the way to at least not lose, but end up in a tie here. And it looks like he's stuck. It looks like he's stuck. And is this going to be the concession? Yeah, and there it is. There's the handshake. Dom concedes over to Tony. Tony's going to go ahead and take the dub here. And then we'll be moving on into round 5 shortly. All right. So this is table 1. We've got Mike versus Lisa. We've seen them both on stream. So Mike is the only undefeated player. And Lisa is 4-1. So potentially we could see a big upset here with Lisa taking the dub. Yes, this is it's the Shadow Horse Whimsicott deck, and then Mike's playing an Arceus deck. Oh, they're announcing that we're gonna have pizza here next week. We'll have a Pokemon League pizza party tournament. So stay tuned for commentary next week with me, Mouthful of Pizza. All right, and they're off. Here we go. And it looks like Mike is starting off. There is a quick ball, discarding that Inteleon with the quick shooting ability. Eyeballing down that Arceus V. Really double checking the deck, getting a thorough search here. It's a really good habit to do. Again, if you're just getting into IRL play, always try and make it easy for you to memorize what cards are prized. Because if you go to make a play and you're like, oh crap, I prized that card, you definitely want to be able to make sure you don't have that happen to you. But yep, there is that Arceus V, the king of the format. There is the dark energy attached to it here. And then pass. Lisa, unfortunately, did start with a Crobat in the active, which is just a free 2 prizer sitting there. But we do see a Fog Crystal Ultra Ball, discarding a Psychic and a Switch for that Ultra Ball to target something down. And the Fog Crystal most likely just going to go ahead and grab that Cresselia, it looks like. There is the Shadow Rider Calyrex V. We do see the energy attached to the Cresselia, and a Switch get played. And then a Research to draw a full 7 here, discarding nothing. There is the Whimsicott V onto the bench. And then, yep, there is the attack from Cresselia that will let it accelerate up to 3 energy from the deck onto their Pokemon in any way they like, just because it's their first turn going second. And there is the 3 energy onto the Whimsicott V. All right, what will Mike do? All right, and there is the first play for the turn. We see the Drizzile evolution onto the Sobble for the Shady Dealings ability. Again, as always, searching for any trainer card they prefer from their deck. And there was a selection made. It went off to the side. We didn't quite see it, but they might potentially just play it here. There is the Arceus V-Star as well, so we could potentially see the Starbirth this turn, and then Path of the Peak come into play and lock out those Shadow Rider's abilities if they evolve. So yeah, there's the Starbirth. Most likely, we see either some sort of switch card or double turbo energy here to start swinging with, or a way to get a Moltres down. All right, and there are the 2 cards selected. Again, what you grab a Starbirth is not public knowledge, so we just have to hope and pray that we see it in play. But there it is, the DTE onto the Arceus and a Choice Belt. There is the Moltres here. And, oh yeah, he's got the Scoop Up Net. Gonna go ahead and pick up that Drizzile and promote the Arceus V-Star. That Sobble's gonna come back down, so we can go ahead and use that Drizzile next turn. And there's the boss's orders onto the Whimsicott. And yeah, he's just gonna go ahead and take the KO here. They're double checking their math, but yeah, it's a KO for sure. And we're gonna see that energy get accelerated onto the Moltres. Lisa's first turn has just been completely wiped away with that pure aggression right there. That's the power of Arceus V-Star. We'll see how she can follow up here. The Cresselia does get re-promoted. We do see the VMAX come down onto the Shadow Rider. And there is a turn attachment. No, that's the ability attachment, drawing 2 cards here. Underworld Door really coming in the clutch. There is the air balloon onto the Cresselia. Go ahead and pivot it out of here. But I mean, this could just be an early grave here for Lisa. She's gonna play a Marnie. They both get that hand disruption. And another Whimsicott V coming to the bench here. And a Fog Crystal again could search for any basic Psychic Pokemon or a basic Psychic Energy. And she's just going to go ahead and grab another Psychic and attach it to the Shadow Rider Calyrex VMAX. And then just using Cresselia to attack and attach that last energy here. Passing it over to Mike. Mike's going to go ahead and bench a Sobble. We know he's got the Drizzile in hand. He could potentially just boss his orders here. Retreat, swim with the Moltres, and take 3 prizes, leaving 1 left. But, yeah, he's just going to go ahead and take the single knockout here. Accelerating 1 energy, maybe 2, onto their Pokemon any way they like. And going to go down to 3 prizes. And with that Moltres just sitting there, looking menacingly here, this game is pretty much just wrapped up at this point. Yep, and Lisa is going to put down a Old Cemetery and then play Professor's Research to draw 7 cards, discarding a few along the way. There is a turn attachment. Oh, that's the Underworld Door, drawing cards here. Evolving that Whimsicott V into the V-Star, giving it some more HP. There's the turn attachment this time. And yeah, we're going to see that Max Geist for 160 damage. But all Mike's got to do here is just hard retreat with that DTE, promote the Moltres, and throw the handshake out there, taking the dub, going 5-0, taking the last 3 prizes. That's the round. That was it. Pay out that prediction. Again, thanks you so much for hanging out and watching this. If you're watching this on YouTube in a week or so, hey, thanks. Don't forget to hit that like button, the subscribe button, ring the notification bell. Keep an eye out for the podcast that Gazerbeam2K and I are starting. And hey, come watch this live on Twitch every Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Central. Eastern Standard Central. Wow, Eastern Standard Time. Come on over and hang out with us. I also do a lot of our other variety and Pokemon content on Twitch, so hopefully we catch you in the next one. And that's it. Have a good one. See you later. And then, of course, when the round starts, I'm gonna turn into Commentator Jones. $100 donation, and I'll commentate in this voice for the rest of the round. Please don't do that.